Hi all, so today we are going to read the chapter 2 of the Phantom Tollbooth Beyond Expectations. Suddenly, he found himself speeding along an unfamiliar country road, and as he looked back over his shoulder, neither the toll booth nor his room nor even the house was anywhere in sight. What had started as make believe was now very real. What a strange thing to happen, he thought, just as you must be thinking. This game is much more serious than I thought. For here I am riding on a road I've never seen, going to a place I've never heard of, and all because of a toll booth which came from nowhere. I'm certainly glad that it's nice day for a trip, he concluded hopefully, for at the moment this was one thing he definitely knew. The sun sparkled, the sky was clear, and all the colors he saw seemed to be richer and brighter than he could ever remember. The flowers shone as if they had been cleared and polished, and the tall trees that lined the road shimmered in silvery green. Welcome to expectations, said a carefully lettered sign on small house at the side of the road. Information, predictions, and advice cheerfully offered. Park here and blow horn. With the first sound of a horn, a little man in a loud coat came rushing from the house and speaking as fast as he could and repeating everything several times. My, welcome, 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 welcome to the land of expectations. To the land of expectations. To the land of expectations. We don't get many travelers these days. We certainly don't get many travelers these days. Now, what can I do for you? I am the weatherman. Is this the right road for Dicnopolis? Asked Milo, a little bowed over the effusive greeting. Well now, he began again. I don't know of any wrong road to Dicnopolis. So if this road goes to Dicnopolis at all, it must be the right road. And if it doesn't, it must be the right road to somewhere else because there are no wrong roads to anywhere. Do you think it will rain? I thought you were the weatherman, said Milo, very confused. Oh no, said the little man. I am the weatherman, not the weatherman. For after all, it's more important to know whether there will be weather and what the weather will be. With with that he released a dozen of balloons that sailed off to the sky. You must see which way the wind is blowing, he said, chuckling over his little joke, watching them disappear in all directions. What kind of places? Expectations, inquired Milo, unable to see the joke and feeling very doubtful of the little man's sanity. Good caution, he explained. Expectations is the place you must always go to before you get to where you're going. Of course, some people never go beyond expectations, but my job is to hurry them along whether they like it or not. Now, what else can I do for you? And before Milo could reply, he rushed into the house and repeated a moment later with a new coat and umbrella. I think I can find my own way, said Milo, not at all sure that he could, but since he didn't understand the little man at all, he decided that he might as well move on. At least He met someone whose sentences didn't always sound as if they would make as much sense backwards as forward. Splendid, splendid, splendid! Exclaimed the weatherman. Whether or not you may find your own way, to bound to find some way. If you happen to find my way, please return it as I was lost years ago. I imagine by now it's quite rusty. You did say it was going to rain, didn't you? And with that, he opened the umbrella and walked with Milo to the car. I'm glad you made your own decision. I do so hate to make my mind about anything, whether it's good or bad, up or down, in or out, rain or shine. Expect everything. I always, and the unexpected never happens. Now please drive carefully. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Good. His last goodbye was drowned by an enormous clap of thunder. And as Milo drove down the road in the bright sunshine, he could see that the weatherman standing in the middle of a fierce cloudburst that seemed to be raining only on him. The road dipped now into a broad green valley and stretched towards the horizon. The little car bounced along with the very little effort, and Milo had hardly to touch the accelerator to go as fast as he wanted. He was glad to be on his way again. It's all very well to spend time in expectations, he thought, but talking to that strange man all day would certainly get me nowhere. He's the most particular person I've ever met, continued Milo, unaware of how many particular people he would certainly encounter. As he drove along the peaceful road, he soon fell into a daydreaming and paid less and less attention to where he was going. In a short time, he wasn't paying any attention at all. And that why at a fork in the road, when a sign pointed to left, Milo went to the right along the route which looked suspiciously like the wrong. Things began to change as soon as he left the main road. The sky became quite grey, and along with it, the whole countryside seemed to lose its color and assume the same monstrous tone. Everything was quiet, and even the air hung heavily. The birds sang only grey songs, and the road wound back and forth in an endless series of climbing curves. Mile after mile after mile after mile he drew, and now gradually the car went slower and slower until it was hardly moving at all. Looks through, I am getting nowhere, yawned Milo, becoming very drowsy and dull. I hope I have taken a wrong turn. Mile after mile after mile after mile, and everything became grayer and more mournful. Finally, the car just stopped altogether as it's hard as he tried it, it wouldn't budge another inch. I wonder where I am, said Milo in a worried tone. You are in doldrums, wailed a voice that sounded far away. He looked round and quickly to see who had spoken. No one was there, and it was quiet and still no one could hear him. Yes, the doldrums yawed another voice, but still he saw no one. What are the doldrums? As he cried loudly and tried very hard to see who would answer this time. The doldrums, my young friend, are where nothing ever happens, nothing ever changes. This time the voice came so close that Milo jumped with surprise, for sitting on his right shoulder so lightly that he hardly noticed was a small creature exactly the color of his shirt. Allow me to introduce all of us, the creature went on. We are the Letargians. at your service. Milo looked round and for the first time noticed dozens of them sitting on the car, standing on the road, and lying over the trees and bushes. They were very difficult to see because whatever they happened to be sitting or near was exactly the color they happened to be. Each looked very much the other expect for the color, of course, and some looked even more like each other than they did like themselves. I'm very pleasant to meet you, said Milo, and not sure whether or he was pleased at all. I think I'm lost. Can you help me, please? Don't say anything, said one sitting on his shoe, for the one on his shoulder had fallen asleep. Chugging the law, and he yawned and fell off to sleep too. No one is allowed to think in the doldrums. Continued. Third, beginning to doze off, and as each one spoke, he fell off to sleep, and another picked up the conversation with hardly any interruption. Now there's a 1 minute break, so you can go. So now it's the 1 minute break. Then you know this chapter is very long. So now we are taking a 1 minute break. So yes, you can pause the video and come back. I'm just waiting. Okay. So now I think so. So unfreeze the video. Okay, let's start. Don't you have a rule book? It's local ordinance 1753 slash J. Milo quickly pulled out the rule books from his pocket, opened to the page and read Ordinance 175378J. It shall be unlawful, illegal, and unethical to think of thinking, surmise, presume, reason, meditate, or speculate when in the doldrums. Anyone breaking this law shall be severely punished. Punished. That's ridiculous law, said Milo quite in everyone thinks. We don't, shouted the lethargians at all once, and most of the time we don't, said a yellow one sitting in a daffodil. That's why you're here. We're thinking that you were paying attention, idiot. People who don't pay attention often get stuck in the doldrums. And with that, he topped out of the flower and fell snoring into the grass. Milo couldn't help laughing at the little creature's strange behavior, even though he knew it might be rude. Stop at once, shouted the fawn, one clinging to his trouser, laughing. It's again the law. Don't you have a rule book? It's ordinance 574381W. Opening the book again, minus one audience 574381 slash W. The doldrums, laughter is frowned upon and smiling is permitted only on a at length Thursday, while loiters shall be dealt with most harshly. When if you can't last a thing, what can you do? Asked Milo. Anything as long as nothing, and everything as long as we isn't, explain another. There is lot to do. We have a busy schedule. At 8 o'clock we get up, then we speed from 8 to 9 daydreaming. From 9 to 9:30 we take our early mid-morning nap. From 9:30 to 10 we dwell and delay. From 10 to 11 we take our late early morning nap. From 11:30 to 12 we bide our time then eat lunch. From 1 to 2 we linger and loiter. From 2 to 3 we take our early afternoon nap. From 2 to 3:30 we put off tomorrow what we could have done today. From 3 to 4 we take our early late afternoon nap. From 4 to 5 we loaf and lounge until dinner. From 6 to 7 we dilly dally. From 7 to 8 we take our early nap and then and hard we go to bed at 9 we wasted. So thank you guys for watching this video. This was the first chapter we read for today. Okay guys, bye. Thank you for watching. Bye.